Hey guys, welcome back to The Bright Side. Macy here, The Bright Side Girl, and today we're going to be doing my October TBR. Oh, you guys, I want to read all of the Halloween, spooky, witchy, gothic reads, and we're just running out of time. I feel like I did okay in September. I did read a couple that were like new favorites for this time of year, which is great. Last year I had kind of a weird spooky season. I read like 2 or 3 like new all-time favorites, but then the rest I had like weird choices that did not turn out well. So we're trying to be very intentional with this year's spooky TBR. There are so many new releases I want to get to. There are so many backlist books I want to get to. I'm going on vacation for a week in the middle of October, and then I'm having my big Halloween party. We're just running out of time, but we're gonna do our best. So I have 8 main books that I want to talk about. I'm leaving out ones that I might do for a vlog at the end of the month, and I'm leaving out a lot of new releases that I'm not sure if I will get them in time, and I'm kind of depends on my mood. It also depends on the narrator for the audiobooks I plan on doing, but these are the 8 hopefully priorities for this month. Okay, Pumpkin Spice and Everything Nice by Katie Kikatel Cook. This was the Barnes & Noble cafe pick this month that was $5. That was all the rage. It was viral. None of us even know if it's any good. It is young adult, which kind of surprised me that they picked that for the cafe book, because I feel like because it's like pumpkin spice, people are gonna expect like a spicy romance, but I'm pretty sure it's not. It's only like a 7-hour audio, so once my hold comes in, we're just gonna knock this out. I'm hoping it's just a cute, cozy, fun time. I don't need like a ton of substance. I usually only read these types of books this time of year, like through Christmas. I don't read a ton of contemporary like romance, but I will report back and I'll let you guys know how it is. I'm probably gonna keep it either way because it's so stinking cute, and I'm shocked that I was able to get a copy. But if you missed out, every month or every other month, Barnes & Noble picks a $5 paperback. I think last year was Stalking Jack the Ripper. It's usually an exclusive edition that you can get with a drink purchase. I think I saw this the day like some of the reels went viral showing that this was the pick, and because it had sprayed edges and it was $5 and it was fall, they sold out unexpectedly, and now they're selling like something else until they get more copies in, if they do. If you missed out, or if you don't live near Barnes & Noble, you can add the cafe book onto any Barnes & Noble order. So if you order from them, this was $5 online still, and it was in stock. So if you don't live close, or if you miss out on the in-store ones, that's kind of like a new hack that I learned. So it says Lucy Kane hates pumpkin spice lattes, which is a problem because Lucy lives in quaint New England town of Briarglen, where everyone loves everything autumn, and she is a barista at her mom's coffee shop, Cup O' Joe. As the first fall leaves descend upon Briarglen, Lucy and her mom gear up for the busy season. One I am physically reading. I started this in the beginning of September because I have been reading this while I have been going to the beach or the pool. I always pick like a paperback, and so I'm slowly going through this. I'm 200 pages in, so I just want to finish this one. I wanted to read this one last year. So this is the Radleys, and this is basically an adult novel where we're in the suburbs, everything is normal and basic and boring, and this one couple are vampires and they're trying to hide it, and their kids don't know that they are also vampires, and then when the kids start to kind of find out, chaos kind of ensues. It's a lot darker and less kind of heartwarming than Matt's other books that I have read, because I was thinking it was going to be a little bit more like The Humans, where there's like an alien that comes to Earth and kind of learns what it is to be human. So adorable and charming, and like, but this is a little bit darker and grittier. I am enjoying it so far because I like Matt's writing style, so hopefully I will finish this very soon. Another one I need to finish is The Second Death of Eddie and Violet Bond. I was about halfway through this one when we started Not So Scary-a-thon, and I didn't want to like continue it during the readathon, so we're gonna pick this back up. This is set in the 1800s in the South, and we're following twin sisters that are mediums and can contact like the dead and the other side. I believe one of them's going to die to reach like her mother or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. It's okay so far. Again, a little bit of a heavier read because we have a lot to do with like women's liberation and women's hardships during the 1800s, which sometimes I really love. I like when women are like defying societal norms, especially when they're like trying to become a doctor. I don't know why that's my thing. This one is really interesting because it has that like spiritual supernatural side. However, it leans more towards being about the politics than it does the supernatural or magical stuff, which I kind of like a nicer balance. We'll see how it is in the end. I will report back. This is young adult. Only a Monster by Vanessa Lynn. I'm currently reading this one. I'm barely into it. I'm doing the audio. I've been wanting to read this one since it came out. I believe the third book recently came out either last year or this year, so I'm not too far behind. It's a trilogy. We're following a family of monsters, and I believe there's a boy that's a monster hunter and possibly they fall in love. I could be getting that really wrong or mixed up, but that is kind of the gist of it. I've heard really good things. It seems just perfect for fall. I love a good monster book. It's young adult, and hopefully I have a really good time with it. Mexican Gothic by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. So this is the audiobook that I'm going to pick for my trip when I go to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. I thought, why not be kind of basic and read a Mexican book in Mexico for spooky season as well. We're going on a fun vacation, so I thought this would be a good audio. I still need to pick out my physical book. I can't decide if I want to stick with the spooky season reads or if I want to read something a little bit more like summer-ish because we're going to be like on the beach and stuff. This is the audio that I'm going to slowly chip away at. I have no idea how much I'm going to be able to listen to audios while we're there, but I plan on trying to get my 10K steps in and all that stuff as well, so we'll see. So this one I believe is a loose like Rebecca retelling. So after receiving a frantic letter from her newlywed cousin, Naomi Taboda heads to High Place, a distant house in Mexican countryside, unsure of what she will find. Naomi is an unlikely rescuer. She's a glamorous debutante, more suited to cocktail parties than amateur sleuthing, but she's also tough and smart and not afraid of her cousin's new English husband, a stranger who is both menacing and alluring, not afraid of his father, the ancient patriarch who seems fascinated by Naomi, and not afraid of even the house itself, which begins to invade Nomi's dreams with visions of blood and doom. I believe it's horror, young adult, might be on the like spookier side. We're gonna see. I've heard it's amazing. Immortal Freaking Consequences by Ivy Marie. I had this one on my Not So Scary-a-thon TBR and I was so frustrated because I requested the audiobook and it came in the first day of the readathon. Normally I would just check it out and I would just have it for the readathon and get to it when I get to it, but I was trying to be nice and allow maybe one other person to read it before I got it. Was gonna do the deliver later button because you can deliver later on Libby and then it will pop back up whenever the next person's done or whatever. It will keep your place in line. But they started this new thing where we suspend now instead of deliver later, and it was just glitchy at first, and so it took me out of my place in line and put me like 5th in line instead of 1st, and so I didn't get it in time. I still haven't gotten it in, and so I wasn't able to listen to it, so I'm really going to try to get to it in October. I should get it in this week. This is a new release for 2025 I was excited about. Welcome to Blackwood Academy, the legendary school located on the fringes of the afterlife. Once a pupil enters the academy's arched gates, there is no way out except for the decennial, a once-in-a-decade celebration in which a single worthy student is tested and given a choice: graduate and join Blackwood's magical elite or cross over to the mysterious other side. So we have dark academia, purgatory, and it just sounds like it's going to be so cool. Speaking of, kind of like on a similar line, is Catabasis by R.F. Kuang. I think we're going to try and do this in October. I might squeeze it over into November. This, I believe, is adult. It could be YA, but I think it's adult. This is the beautiful Fairy Loot edition. This is the regular cover. Both are fantastic. My friend loves this one, so I'm really excited to get to it. We're following grad student Alice Law. She's only ever had one goal: to become the brightest mind in the field of analytic magic. The only person who can make her dream come true is dead and inconveniently in hell, and Alice, along with her biggest rival Peter Murdoch, are going after him. So two students travel to hell to go to their professor to try and get ahead in their academic prowess, and it sounds so cool, like really, really cool. I'm really excited for it. Dark academia. I've heard good things. This Blood That Binds Us by S.L. Coakley. I've been wanting to get this one for so long. This is an indie book. The author posts about them on social media a lot, and I just think, first of all, the pinks are so pretty. The naked books are gorgeous. She just does such an amazing job. I was actually going to purchase this one this year, and then I found all 3 of them in a little free library. I was so shocked because it's really hard to find indie books out in the wild because they just don't sell as many usually, and so they're harder to just find out in the wild. So I was shocked. So I'm really excited. This is a new adult vampire romance, but I've heard it is little to no spice, which was my main concern that I'm excited about because I'm here for like a really good vampire angsty plot. So I will report back, because that's all I know, and it sounds amazing. All the books are like pink and purple and gorgeous, and very excited. Lastly, I have the behemoth of a physical read. I may bring this one to Mexico, I'm not sure. House of Leaves by Mark C. Danielewski. I got this one because this one has mixed media, which is one of my favorite things ever. So there are like chat dialogues and graphs, just different types of like font and texts and different things. And so this one, again, I found this one in a little free library, which had me like totally shocked and really excited because I was going to purchase it anyway. We're gonna look this up on Goodreads because it doesn't have a synopsis on the actual book itself. Okay, so this is an adult standalone. A young family moves into a small home on Ash Tree Lane when they discover something is terribly wrong. Their house is bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. Of course, neither Pulitzer Prize winning photojournalist Will Davidson nor his companion Karen Green was prepared to face the consequences of that impossibility until the day their two children wandered off and their voices eerily began to return. Another story of creature darkness, of an ever-growing abyss behind a closed door, and of that unholy growl which soon enough would tear through their walls and consume all of their dreams. Prepared to be terrified. Should I vlog this one? Because it might just be like a super interesting vlog. I love books like Night Film. I enjoyed a 13th episode, even though I didn't fully love like the whole thing. I liked the experience. So I'm willing to do this and be terrified. Let me know if you guys want me to vlog it or not, but it should be just like an interesting read. Okay, so those are the main things that I want to get to for October, besides like 1,000 other things. So wish me luck. We'll see how it goes. I'm not sure how much I'll be able to read on vacation, so I'm going to technically lose a week of spooky reading, but hopefully we have a good time and it's all worth it. Please let me know what you plan on reading for October. Are you going to read spooky fall goodness type reads? Let me know if you want me to vlog House of Leaves. Let me know what your favorite book of September was, and we'll just have like a nice little chat. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you next time on The Bright Side.